Before I get into this video of fruits baskets, I want to show you guys a little something. I went to the fair the other day and saw some pretty cool artists, and they made this for me. Look at this. Yeah, does this look like me? Looks just like me. A nice photo, you know. Like, I should do more of these, you know. Have people go around drawing portraits so you can make the best one and just put up on the walls. Of course, I need more room for my walls and take some posters down, but whatever. Now, on with the review of fruits baskets. Now, you fought well. That's pretty much what this is. Every day we get up in the morning, we're fighting. Fighting not just physical, mentally, spiritually, all kinds of fights we go through in life. The trials, the struggles, the triumphs, the fails, all that we go through. Get back up or we stay down. We keep running or we walk. We sprint, whatever you want to call it. We all do it. When is the finish line? Well, it determines on you, or it determines on when you live and die. That's all that matters. So, I'm not going to spend much on Yuki's time because we already went through it with everyone else. You know, Yuki was just the last one. He was the last one to be freed from the Zodiac curse. Ironically, since he was the first one to see God and he was the first one to be closest to him. So, for him to be the last one to be set free is a little bit ironic. But nonetheless, he went to go see the girl he liked, and he was finally able to be free from that curse. He can feel it, you know, saying how it was someone he knew for a long time, and they caused him suffering and pain and misery, and they're never able to see them again. But nonetheless, it still felt sad, because once again, when someone you know for your life for a long time leaves, whether you like that person or not, it still leaves an impact on you, whether you want to or not. Because can you really imagine a world without that person around? Because you're so aware of them. Now that they're gone, it's kind of scared, it's kind of sad. It might come, people thought, oh yeah, we're free, finally. But sometimes that's the only life you know. Now you have this overwhelming, fearful path of freedom. You're all on your own now. And you've never been on your own for God knows how long as the mouse. But yet here you are, taking that first step. It's good. So, of course, Akito summoned all the Zodiac members to the main estate, which Kyo was actually the first one to ever come here, actually. She was never allowed to be there, so him being the first one to be there, well, for the first time, probably will be for the last, too. So it's first and last. Everyone's there, you know. You only see certain characters really talking, you know. Jim converse probably for the last time, unless they show him in the second episode. Well, last episode, I mean. And of course, there's Momiji. Let's talk about Momiji, how mature Momiji is. Momiji always has maturity about him. He always acts like the wise fool. But now, here he is, fully matured and stuff. In the end, he also wanted Toru, but he knew it was impossible. So that look he gave Kyo was just, yeah, man. He went from, hi sir, nice to meet you, to, yeah, your daughter called me daddy too. Momiji. Now, we can finally have one last segment with Akito, you know, and her feelings towards Sugar Ray, which, as you know, Sugar Ray is my favorite character. You know, I love Sugar Ray, you know. Mysterious, he is the mastermind, one of the chess players of the game. He really wanted to end a curse, but people thought that he wanted to end it at first, just to be free from Akito, free from all the madness. But turns out, what he really wanted to do, remember another manga I once read, and a couple other too, where the real reason why they weren't just destroying the chessboard, they were clearing it. They're clearing it because they wanted to go to the person across the board. That's all they wanted. In the end, Sugar Ray is a selfish kind of dude who, despite what happens, he'll always act like he's done nothing wrong. And he'll stay that way to the bitter end, which he's shown in this episode, where even now that all his Zodiac members are free, people will probably leave the main state. Now Akito is across from him, and instead of him coming towards her, like, nah, I did all this work, now you gotta come towards me. And that's exactly what happened this time. He had her running to him instead. Like, nah, I ain't having it that way, which I respect. He stayed true to his character to bitter end. He didn't break down that finally you're on mine, let me run towards you. He says, nope, I'm the winner here. You come to me. So that's exactly what he did. Showing Akino, also showing how she is actually a female the entire time and how to play the role as a male because of her father's wishes. That she is free now. Free to finally show herself off to the rest of the Zodiacs. And of course, everyone who was shocked, who wasn't, born before she was when everything happened. So there goes that. And finally, we get to the part with Kyo and Toru. We're at the mom's grave, and how he's saying, "Yeah, man, he wants to finally move on ahead as well," showing that development. And before I get into that, there's one more thing I almost forgot to talk about. The way Akito was talking about how badly she wanted Sugar Ray sounded so thirsty. It's like, my goodness, girl, you are thirsty for Sugar Ray. I love the monologuing in this series. It's so nice. It's something you barely see anymore in anime. Even in shoujo anime, you barely see that anymore. It's not because it's not being made no more. It's because they're not animating the ones that still do it, which sucks. Fruits Basket should be that example of how shoujo should go. But I'm getting off on a tangent here. Need to stay focused. Now I'm talking about how Akito sounds thirsty. Let's get back to Kyo and Toru. Now Kyo wants to move on. He wants to grow. So he wants to go to a dojo, and because he don't know much about life. He spent his entire time in school just going through it because he didn't believe he had no true future until he met Toru, which probably like towards in the last 2 years of his high school life. So he didn't really have time to really earn up to go to college or really learn a true job trade just yet. So he's going to go to a dojo, train there, and also make money, and then he'll come back and learn his master's dojo. Of course, Toru agrees to go along with him. This is the strength of him growing and making a life for himself in his own way. You can't blame the guy, that's all he knows. Before recently, he didn't believe he had a future. So, of course, this is the only option he saw himself going to, which I can't blame him for. Now, of course, Toru says she doesn't believe that the mom said, "I won't forgive you because of what happened." That's not what happened. Of course, you can't always tell through context. Turns out, after she finally was able to do right with Toru, her mom, she died. And she felt like she had, of course, regrets of dying. A lot of us will have regrets when dying. And when she can't leave her daughter alone in this world, especially by herself, she was scared. So, of course, she saw Kyo. And she only finished part of her sentence. She was trying to request Kyo to take care of her, which ironically ends up happening anyways. But that's just fate, man. The wheels of fate were surely turning. And that's what happened. Kyo ended up exactly where the mom wanted to. And the mom wakes up in the horizon seeing her husband, Toru's father. And of course he says, "You fought well." And that's what we all have to do today. It's what we're all striving to do, whether we meet our goal or not. What matters is now is that we give it our best for us to say, we fought well. That is nice. Life's a fight. Life's a race. Whatever you want to call it. Matters is that you give it your all. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. Madcrownxox, signing out.